Let's do a quick 15-minute flow that focuses on strengthening the glutes. And we'll talk about why the glutes as we're moving. We'll get started though in a child's pose, just something that opens up our lower back. So I have my knees together. If you're more comfortable taking your knees apart, you're listening to your body. But just a little something to loosen up the spine before we get started. So just take a moment. Feel your head on the ground. Feel your shoulders relax. Breathe into your back a little bit, just a small wake up in the spine. Let's inhale, come up to our tabletop. That's where we bring our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. Wide spread out hands. It's going to keep the wrists nice and safe. Inhales are lifting up our chest, drawing our shoulders back. Exhales. We're arching our spine, tucking our chin. And we're trying to let breath take over, letting the inhales guide us up and the exhales round us. And here's a great opportunity as you're exhaling to pull your belly button into your spine and to strengthen out your core. So let's do one more set. We'll come to neutral. Open up our hands. Bring your right foot back. Just a little stretch through the calf because why not? Feels good. You'll notice though here that my wrists are coming, my shoulders are coming behind my wrists. That happens. Here it's going to more worry about the angle. You want a nice right angle so you're not putting too much pressure on your wrists, but that's going to happen. So pressing through, and then we'll lift up our foot. See, my shoulders come right back over. And we're going to tap our toes. Lift up, strong glute. So you're tapping your toes, and then you're flexing your seat to float your foot. Right? We're not just lifting the leg. We're really engaging the core. That's 3. Let's do one more. And last one, 5. This time here at the top, we're going to bend. And we're going to take little donkey kicks. So already your glutes flexed, and you're just driving your heel up to the ceiling by squeezing your seat. Do me a favor. Check in with your right elbow. I say that because I can feel mine sort of extending a little bit. One more kick up, and then we'll drop our knee. To meet our other knee, we'll take a quick cat-cow because we want to be extra kind to our lower back while we're working on our seat. Let's come to neutral. Take the left foot back. I like that little press through the heel, just a little calf opener. See my wrists or my shoulders coming behind my wrist. Just very mindful here. Then we'll lift, stack things back up. We're pointing our toe, we're tapping, and we're lifting as we engage our seat. Nice strong glute here. Just a little bit of warm up. We're doing it for that 5 count. When you're lifting, you can be exhaling and engaging your core. Right, so the core gets involved. Last one, and then we hold, we bend, and we kick our heel up. So it's like our seat is already in contraction, and that heel is an extra little squeeze in the glute to lift it up. Strong seat. The seat matters because it helps us extend our hips. It's going to keep our knees healthier. There's a whole bunch of reasons to work on your glutes. Last one, we'll tuck our knee. Set it down. Take a quick cat-cow, inhaling up. Exhaling to arch. We'll do that one more time. And then exhale. We'll flip our toes under, lift our seat, look for our first downward facing dog. We're just going to gently press out. You might be noticing the impact of that calf stretch now, a little bit more space maybe. Give the head a little shake out. Inhale, fill. Exhale, come to the top. Inhale up halfway. Exhale to fold. Widen your feet, hip distance, maybe a little more. Soften your knees. If it feels okay, grab your elbows. Just swaying out. Lots of space in our lower back. We don't want to be compensating for our glutes or our core with our lower back, but we are very mindful of it in this practice. Drop your hands. Let's roll up slow to stand. Head up last. We'll take a couple shoulder shrugs here at the top. All right, let's flow. Inhale, bring hands up. Exhale, melt on down to your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Hands to mat. We're going to step back into a high plank. Lower nice and slow. Elbows will graze the ribs on the way down. Press through the tops of your feet. Inhale your cobra. Mostly just your strong back here. Curl your toes. Lift your seat. Downward facing. So let's take our right foot, bring it between our hands. If your right hand needs to help it out, that's okay. But we're going to come up into our nice tall lunge. So this stretches out our hips and you'll feel your seat working. I like knee on top of ankle. We never want our knee collapsing in. So that's why I like a good stack, a little insurance that I'm using my inner hip. Big inhale, and you can sort of drop your knee, squeeze, lift up. Big inhale, drop your knee, maybe making little fists of fire. Lift, you're going to feel your right glute work really hard. Let's do one more. We got this. Up tall, frame your foot. Step your right foot back, pedal out. Bring left foot between your hands. Use the left hand if you need to. It's a tricky transition. We'll come up to our high lunge. We're long, we're strong, we're getting some opening in our back hip. We're keeping our knee stacked. So we're just sort of bending into our knee as we drop our fist, feeling our glute activate, lifting up. But being really kind to our joints. Big reach. Just a little extension and a little bend of that back leg. We'll lift up. Woo. We'll come on down to frame. Step our left foot back. We're in our nice high plank. We're going to lower. Elbows touch the ribs, nice and slow. Press through the tops of your feet. Inhale up your back bend. Flip your toes under. Lift your seat. Big inhale. Exhale to the top. Inhale up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale your hands up, your seat back. We're in our chair pose. Shoulders relax away from your ears, like you're trying to put your seat in a chair. I like to exhale, check in with my core so my back feels supported here. Can you lift up your toes, bring the balls of your feet to the mat, set them down? Could you lift up your heels, transfer the weight to the balls of your feet, set them down? How does that feel? Big inhale, exhale, fold. Ooh, I needed that. Inhale, half lift. This is it for our flows. Take your hands to the mat. Nice slow lower, elbows graze the ribs. We've got this. Press through the tops of the feet. Inhale up. Flip the toes under. That means this is our final downward facing dog. Couple little pedals. We'll set our knees down. Flip onto our seat. Plant feet. And just windshield wiper. Put a little space. This is going to tell us a lot about the relationships between our hips and our knees. Come on down to your back. Take a couple more windshield wipers. So if there's a big tug on your knee when you do this, back off, slow down, acknowledge that relationship, and see what you can do to make it better. Heels under knees, hands by the sides. We're going to take a big inhale. Exhale, lift up. I like coming up on exhale because we come up while actively engaging our core. Big inhale at the top. Exhale, hold. Bridge pose. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Windshield wiper. If you're like, hey, Nicole, that doesn't work for my knees, give your knees a hug, take a little rock out. Set your feet down. Let's do one more. Roll the seat up. I like coming up on exhale. You could say I'm coming up on inhale. Either way, taking some variation of the exhale core engagement when you are at the top so that the lower back is protected by your strong core. Pick up your right heel. How does that feel in the left glute? Set it down. Pick up the left heel. You could march it out, feeling each side of your glute engage, or you could lift both heels, set them down, lift again, but feel the glutes engage. Lifting right and left, or double lift. We've got this. We'll set our heels down. We'll inhale up just a little higher. Exhale, engage. Inhale to fill. Exhale to roll on down. We windshield wiper. Release. How are the glutes feeling? Let's cool them right off. Take your right ankle, place it against your left knee. You could stop here, or you could pull that leg towards you. A little reclined pigeon gets us right into the area that we are working so hard. All that heat and stability we created, does it make for a better stretch? And if you don't really notice, that's okay too. We're not just practicing or strengthening our bodies, we're learning how to listen to them and their feedback. So if this feels good, you can take that figure 4. You could drop it over to the left. That's that fallen figure 4. It's really big in the seat in the lower back. You could open up your hands, even take a little look to the right. You could say, Nicole, no thanks. And you could come right knee on top of left. That twist variation. Bring your head to center. Your legs unwind. Maybe give yourself a little hug and rock. Feet plant. Left ankle finds right knee. Again, if you feel comfortable stopping here, stop here. If you want to bring your leg towards you, if that feels safe in your hip, in your seat, by all means. We love strength and stability, especially because we know that the seat helps us with our hip extension. But we also want mobility and flexibility. We're looking for this, combination of movements. Big inhale. If it felt safe to do so, maybe you try setting that figure 4 over to the right. If it doesn't feel safe, forget it. Just twist it out. But you might notice that really dials things up. Then you can open arms, look in the opposite direction if it's safe for your neck. And take our head center, our leg center. We unwrap them in the process. We'll bring our knees to our chest. Hug, rock, and rinse. Just as a counter, since we're so focused on the outside of our hips, let's drop the knees open, take a quick happy baby. Just make sure we feel good and balanced in our lower bodies. Release the feet. Give yourself a squeeze. And then exhale to Savasana. If you've got the time, maybe you hit pause and you hang out here, focusing on your breath. But our 15 minutes is just about up, so you might want to feel one big inhale. Exhale, feel your body relax to the ground. Just wiggle out your fingers and toes, roll your wrists and ankles. Give yourself a really big stretch. we roll over onto one side. Head up to easy seat. As always, I like to say thank you for sharing the time to practice with me. And if you ever have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to talk about yoga. I'm happy to make a video just for you.